Good morning, everyone. Adele here from Your Healing Path and Dare to Be Authentic. Keep getting the camera angle wrong, so I'm just going to try and adjust it just a little bit. When I just did that a minute ago, the phone completely fell off the stand and things went flying everywhere. Thank you to everyone for Thrash It Out Thursday yesterday. I love it. It's awesome. So I do really thank everyone that participated and the new members as well that took part. That was really awesome. It was great to see you guys participate. So today is the last day of overthinking. Now, isn't that a nice idea? Isn't that a nice idea that today could potentially be the last day that you ever experience overthinking? Ooh, I like it. I do. So in part one, we sort of identified that overthinking is a result of having a disconnect. So a disconnect from heart to brain, mind, body, soul connection, where you're overactive in the brain and not actually incorporating other aspects of who you are. And I'm just referring to my notes because I've been up since quite early, so the brain's not quite kicked in. There you go. Where words and images either speak to the heart or the brain, and they actually work as instruction to the brain. So if you're not clear about what you want, then the message that you're sending to yourself could potentially cause overthinking because you're not clear about what you want. In part two, we touched on how to overcome it, a few tips and tricks. You guys came up with some awesome strategies, meditation, walking, writing, and countless other things. You can go back and watch part two again to just get a refresher on that. And the key aspect of that was to actually two key aspects. The first one was to effectively disengage the brain. So disengage the thought process to allow the re-engagement of the other aspects of who you are. And part two of that was to actually just get it out of your head. You know, just get the thoughts out of your head one way or another, whether that be through writing or discussing it with someone or sorting through the issue for yourself in one way or another, to actually get the thoughts out of your head and stop them spinning. So, you know, that it's kind of the biggest part of it. It really is. And what underlies all of that is that overthinking is a direct result of not having some definitive action. So if you have no idea how to proceed, you're going to keep spinning thoughts in your head. If you can't make a decision, you're going to keep spinning thoughts in your head. If you can't see some sort of way out, or if you haven't yet been exposed to a way out, you're going to keep overthinking. So basically, if you don't have some sort of action plan, you're going to keep overthinking. Yeah, it's true. So what stops you, this is what we're talking about today, what stops you from having an action plan? What stops you from moving forward? What stops you from making a decision? Again, I've got my notes here, and it usually comes back down to fear. At the very basic level, it's fear that stops you moving forward, that keeps that spin cycle going rather than being able to make a decision. So it could be fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of success, fear that you're going to make the wrong decision, fear that you know, whatever fear of the consequences, and having to actually be responsible and accountable for making a decision. So, you know, those two things are huge. And digging deep down inside when you are overthinking something and you can't find a way forward, when you can really dig down deep inside and you know, pardon the crass terminology, grab yourself by the balls and say, you know, I have to do something, and that something means I have to be accountable and responsible for those actions. Now, that doesn't have to be a painful process. Apologies to all the men watching who probably cringed when I said that statement, because that is a painful process, I imagine. But it doesn't have to be a painful process. If you are able to reconnect within yourself, find that sense of balance within yourself, then the impetus to move forward, the desire to come out of that overthinking process by making a decision of some sort, it becomes less daunting and less something to be feared and more something that you can then admire within yourself. That you know, if you take some sort of action, if you allow yourself to move forward, you can stand, I want to say you can stand proud, knowing that you can do it. You know, we've had a few people posting in the group this week about Kathy. Kathy Palmer, amazing. And Tanya, about, you know, actually making decisions and doing things that are going to move them forward. And you tell me, if you go back and read the posts from those two ladies, you tell me if there wasn't an overwhelming sense of empowerment in both of those posts. And that's what you get when you make decisions. That's what you get when you decide for yourself that you want something better and that you're willing to change. And then you take action. It stops the overthinking. It gives you purpose. It helps you find your why. Now, I'm not saying that completely eliminates fear, but it counterbalances fear with confidence. And the more confidence you build, the less power fear has. So I think I'm going to leave you guys with that thought, because it's pretty powerful. The more confidence you build, the less power fear has. Because when you're confident and you know why you're making decisions that you're making, and you know that they are the right decisions for you, that's confidence. That eliminates fear. That allows you to stand on your own 2 feet and move forward. It's pretty powerful. So, I'm going to leave you with that thought. Tomorrow is Silly Saturday. Then we have Say It Sunday. And I'll announce next week's topic at some point. But I did want to say that anyone who was interested in the 4-week intensive, get your butts into gear. Here's the thing, if you've been umming and ahhing, then you really probably need to do it. Because that will eliminate all the umming and ahhing for you. 4 weeks. 4 weeks to turn your life around, or to start turning your life around. So, if you're interested, I will post in the group shortly with the link to book some time, and we can talk. And if it's something... Here's the thing. If I don't think that it's going to work for you, I won't enroll you in it. You know, if I think that you need more time... Hi, Sarah. If I think that you need more time, I'm not going to rope you into anything, because that's going to... You know what? That does both of us a disservice. And I'm not here to make anyone feel worse about where they are in their life. I'm here to make people feel better about where they are in their life and where they want to be and how to move there, how to get themselves moving. There you go. Have a fabulous day. Mwah. And I will, well, you know, I do the surprise pop-ins quite often these days, don't I? So I don't know when I'll see you, but have a fabulous day. Bye.